All right, everybody. I'm here with Josh Lee from Team George Gershell in Longview, Texas. Josh, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us where you were born and maybe a brief description of your time as a child, how you were brought up.
I was born in Lufkin, Texas. I have a older brother. I was raised by my single mother. We didn't know our father. Just kind of, two wild and crazy boys that she had to put up with. But other than that, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it.
Okay, and so now you're living in Longview. I know you have a new child that just was just born a month or so back. You got a girlfriend. Tell me a little bit about your family life now.
Yes, I have a fiance. I've got my newborn baby boy. He came into this world September 18th and made me the happiest father in the world. And I'm super excited and happy with my life right now. I'm very blessed.
Very good. And you also have a young daughter as well, right?
I have a 5-year-old daughter. She started school this year. I get her on the weekends as well, so my hands are full.
Okay, very good. So tell me a little bit about how you got started fighting.
I was 18, and I had heard about a gym in Lufkin, Texas, mixed martial arts gym. I was interested in it and thought I'd give it a try. So went up there, and we just went on from there and just hit it off and just started training every day.
Okay, very good. So you're not training at that gym anymore?
No, I've moved from that gym. I felt like our striking was very well, and I just felt like as far as a martial artist, I was at a stall.
Okay. All right. So tell me, Josh, did you, most of the guys fighting now have some amateur fights before they go pro. Did you have an amateur career, or how'd you get started as a pro?
I never had an amateur career, just kind of, and went pro fairly quickly. Didn't train very long and just took my first pro fight right out the gate.
Okay. And how long had you trained before you took that pro fight?
I think it was about 8 months.
Okay. And do you remember who it was you fought?
Chris Reed.
Chris Reed from IXFA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And he's a wrestler. I know him. He's a pretty big guy. Did y'all fight at 170, or what was the weight class then?
No, we fought at middleweight. And at the time, I was walking around about 170. It was a pretty crazy fight to be taken at the time. I was extremely overmatched in size and experience and just all around, really.
Okay. All right. So now you're walking around about 184, 185 most of the time. You've been fighting 170 and have even been fighting at 155. So how's your weight right now?
My weight's good right now. I've put on a lot more muscle, packed on a lot more, got a lot more cut, and still walking at 180. So for 170, I'm pretty good size.
Okay. Well, I know you said you didn't have an amateur career, but do you have any titles or any awards or anything like that you can tell us about?
My first victory, which was my third fight when I was a pro, I got a knockout of the year from Undefeated magazine.
That's very good. And who was that against?
That was against Mackenzie Lawrence in Houston, Texas.
Okay. All right. So would you say that that's your most memorable fight, or is there another one that you'd like to say is probably your most memorable?
No, it was very memorable, but I think probably my whole career so far, Chris Reed would have to be the most memorable because it's the only fight that I got bloody in or got a black eye, got bruised up, and it was just from bell to bell, complete war to the end. So I'll probably always remember that one.
And that was a decision, right?
Decision.
All right. So out of 14 fights, that's the only one you ever bled or had a black eye?
The only one.
That's very good. Okay, so now that you are a professional, how does that change your outlook on the way you fight?
Well, as a professional, each fight, so far for the last few years, my back's been against the wall. Every fight has had to be a win. I have had a pretty good hole I've had to dig myself out of, and I think out of the last 6, I've won 5. And one was a split decision, close loss that I believe I won against Lane at the last IXFA that I fought.
That's Lane Yarborough, right?
Lane Yarborough, yep. So, and that was a good chess match the whole fight, the whole 3 rounds. And I put in a lot of work, so I'm happy to be where I am now.
Oh, very good. So you fought some of the top guys around the state. I know you fought in more than just in Texas. and you fought over in EFA and IXFA and WGC and several different places. What would you say is the toughest, maybe the top two guys that you fought?
I'd have to say Chris Reed was very tough at the top. You know, my first one, Mike Bronzolis. I fought Johnny Bedford, who was really slick. Alec Cisney was really good at jiu-jitsu, and I fought all these guys when I didn't have any ground at all. I believe honestly that if I got to rematch any of them, I'd be undefeated.
Okay, very good. So tell us about your training now. You said you're not at the same gym. You've moved up to Longview. So where are you training now?
I'm training with Team George Gurgel here in Longview, Texas. J.C. Cox, you are my manager, my coach. And I've got Dustin out at Titan training. You see the little picture here. He's with my conditioning. So just with all that together, I feel like an absolute beast.
Very good. So now that you have more than one coach helping you, do you feel like you said you came from another school that was primarily striking, and if I'm right, that was a school that was kind of affiliated under Chuck Liddell, mainly kickboxing. Do you feel like now that you are a stronger striker, or would you say that you're stronger on the ground now?
Yeah, the school I came from gave me a real good base on the Hawaiian Kempo kickboxing and stuff like that. What I feel now is on the ground, standing up, wrestling, everything, I just feel completely comfortable, and I like all of it. I like to mix it all up.
Very good. So do you compete anywhere else other than in mixed martial art? Any jiu-jitsu competitions or anything like that?
I've done a good bit of jiu-jitsu competitions. I have 4 gold medals with Naga. I just recently went and competed a few months ago at expert level and got second there. So you're doing pretty well there. Yeah.
So your ground game really is getting solid.
Yeah, it's getting very solid.
Okay, so you have a fight coming up on December 3rd at XKO 13 in Arlington, Texas. Tell me a little bit about what you think about XKO, having said that you've already fought with IXFA and WGC and EFA and some of the other top organizations around the state. What do you think about XKO?
Well, I feel that XKO, as far as the fighters go, I think they take care of us fairly well. But the main thing is the crowd and the amount of shows they've done. You know, this is, I believe, the 13th, so I don't see them going anywhere. They have a big crowd, and I think you can get a name with these guys. So sticking with them, I'm happy to be there.
That's great. Hey, what do you know about the guy that you're fighting, Roy Spoon?
As far as I know, he's just a real big, aggressive, athletic type guy. He's done very well with his fighting. I think that as far as technical go, I'm not concerned.
Okay, so you think maybe he's going to be bigger, stronger, but that technically you're going to be better than him.
Absolutely, I think for the fans, this is an awesome matchup. For me, it's kind of like, it's cool, you know, I might get in there and have to get my hands a little dirty, but for the fans, I think it's going to be explosive right out the gate.
All right, so how do you see the fight going?
How do I see it going? I see it, him coming out, me bobbing and weaving, slipping and moving, and just outclassing him and catching something, either his neck or his chin. I think it's going to be just a business transaction. He's going to give me his neck or his chin. I'm going to take it, shake his hand, be done.
Okay, so you sound confident. So give us your prediction on the fight.
My hand raised 100%. Either way I can get it, I'm going to get it.
Okay, so do you have anybody you'd like to thank before we close out this interview?
Well, I want to thank J.C. Cox, my coach and manager, taking care of me, and Dustin out at Titan taking care of me with my training. He's put in a lot of time and effort. I got to thank my family, Dez and my baby boy, Damien, and my daughter, my family. They're the whole reason I even do this. I've got to thank Mark with 5 Star Grills, our sponsor. I got to thank Josh Foster being here, and the whole team putting it together and helping each other out. So.
Yeah, very, very good. Last thing, you know, you mentioned Josh Foster, who also trains with Team George Gurgel, and has done very well around the state. He's been your training partner quite a bit during this training camp for this upcoming fight. How do you see that that's helped you prepare for a guy like Roy Spoon?
I think in the way it's helped me prepare is that Josh is a big, strong guy. You know, a really big, strong guy. So I don't see Roy even being half as strong as Josh, and being able to do that every day, being able to try and control somebody on the ground with that kind of strength and stuff, it's prepared me a lot.
Yeah, I've been around Josh a lot. You know, 6'3", walks around at 225, and I think he benches a little over 400 pounds. So he is a big, strong guy. I've seen you training with him, and your cardio's doing great. So best of luck to you, and we'll see everybody December 3rd.